So the first thing that we want to do is trim down your printout of your photo to the appropriate size. So this printed on 8.5 by 11 paper, and here we have an 8 by 10 mat. And so we're just going to trim it down. You could do this with an X-Acto knife, but this rotary cutter makes things a lot easier if you have one, if you have it in the studio. So you really just want to kind of line it up right where you want to cut it. You can of course measure it. So we're measuring down here to 8.25 inches. And then you just pull. Okay, so now that we have our mat, we're going to draw some lines and then we're going to cut it using the pull style mat cutter. All right, so first we're going to flip this over like this, and then we're going to make some measurements. If you can see here, however thick you want your border to be, this is where you'll measure it. So I'm going to make mine a little thick. I'm going to make mine 1.5 inches. So if you can see here, I'm going to line this up. Here's 1 inch. There's 1.5 inches right there. Then I'm going to close this. Then I can just draw a line, right like so. And the same thing here. I'm just going to measure that up 1.5 inches. You can see that right there. I'm just going to draw a line. Let's get 4 lines on there, all 1.5 inches. Okay, and then I'm going to place this on here. So I have my line lined up there, 1.5 inches. And then, see there's this handy dandy little line right here. I think you can see that, right? Yep. And that's going to line up with your perpendicular line. All right, and then I'm just going to push in and pull all the way until I get right to the other line here. Maybe even go just a little bit past, not too much though. All right, we're just going to do that on every side. And kind of reline it up to 1.5 inches, but it should be right on your line. Line that line up there, pull, and line it up with the other line at the bottom. And lining up here, push and pull to the bottom line. There, it should just fall out. And you can see here, there's the white bevel. That's what we're looking for. If you have that inversed, then you've done it wrong. And there is your mat, ready to be put into the frame. Okay, the next step, I have my frame. You can see here, the frame. And we have the mat that we cut, and here's our photo. So we're going to take the backing of the frame out. Let's move this over here. Then the next thing we're going to do is create 4 little photo holders. So you take a piece of tape like so, and then you just fold it, both of its sides like this. And you want to make it nice and neat. So I like to put it here on the cutting board. Like so, fold those in. It's okay if you get the stick off. There's the masking tape. And then I'm going to take a ruler and just trim some of this extra tape off. Like so. And I'm going to take my photo and get an idea about where I want it to sit on the backing. Make a few marks on the corners where you want the holders to go. And then you can just flip them over. This one's a bit large. I think they can be a lot smaller. like so. All right, so let's make 3 more of these. Make it a little smaller. You can just put the tape down, and fold it, and fold it again, like so. And take a ruler. Yeah, that's a better size. That first one I made is a bit large. And just go ahead and cut them. All right, and I can take that off. And place it nice and what we've done here is we don't want any tape. We want to preserve our photograph and don't want to have any glue from the tape to touch the photograph. So we just slip it into those little holders, and you can buy these too, but this is just a quick way to make your own, like so. All right, then we're ready for our mat. Check it out. It should line up very nicely. And then we're just going to make a hinge with the mat, like so. You can just take a couple of pieces of tape, like this. Just creating a basic hinge. Again, we don't want this to be glued to our photograph. And we take our frame. Fasten it in there. And there you have it, ready to showcase in a gallery.